Hey guys, making a video for Chenvaala, which is one of my personal best and favorite heroes. Currently, in the last month or two, I've had a average placement of 2.24 with a win rate of or a pick rate of 81%, which is absolutely insane stats. So just kind of wanted to share what my strategy is. In the early game, my goal is to buy every elemental, and generally the mindset behind this is even a bad elemental, it's still worth an extra gold. Um, and for leveling up, I generally just follow a normal level up through Tavern Tier 3, with the one exception that on that level up to Tavern Tier 3, you have the option to um, potentially get a extra minion. And then from there, my plan is to try and make my level ups to Tavern Tiers 4, 5, and 6 free. Once you're on Tavern Tier 6, you kind of have two options based on your trinkets, and that's whether you want to pivot into another comp or if you want to double down on elementals. Generally, my mindset is pivoting is a bit higher of a risk, while staying on elementals will be a bit harder to win the lobby, but it's generally like the safer option. Um, to make this kind of decision, it's really based on the first couple six drops, and because you'll be on Tavern Tier 6 earlier than um, other heroes, that will give you kind of an earlier decision on whether you want to pivot or not. So here's kind of the six drops that I'm kind of looking out for. Atrocity and Tour Group, they're both good stabilized units that I use to kind of flex into other comps. Tethys I see as enabler for the APM elementals comps. Then there's a bunch of just tempo units like Eternal Summoner, Hate Spawn, and Domino Mount. I normally take these and only transition if I find the enablers for those, but I'll generally pick them just to help stabilize if my board's kind of weak. Then something like Nala and Theatar you can use to transition into Menagerie, and then last thematic I'll just use as a generic, get a lot of value for a couple turns, and then probably sell out of it. If I'm playing a pure elemental comp, my mid game core is going to be something like Brand, Tethys, Recycling Rake, Rock. And with those, you kind of have a core of just a lot of gold generation with Rock as your scaling, and Recycling Rate as a way to cycle to get the payoffs for all the other things you're doing. With that, you'll end up playing one board swap place, and then two of either a Bramble, Frostling, another Rock, or another Tethys. Kind of just normally just play them in the order I find them. I'll generally try to hold off playing the Brambles until later. The best final board with this will end up being a golden Rock that you've golden with Surprise Elemental, a golden Bramble Witch, also golden with Surprise Elemental, Flourishing Frostling, taunted and golden with Surprise Elemental. Also the Schloss, big surprise, golden with Surprise Elemental. Recycling Wraith, ideally this one's also golden with Surprise Elemental, but I generally find if you find an Eyes early, it's better to just make it golden and start getting the payoff early. And then you'll have one board swap position that you might finish with something like a Leroy or something like that. For trinkets that I try to look out for while playing Chenvaala are the following. First, boldest trinket. If you have the Brand and the Tethys, this lets you transition pretty easily into APM Pirates, and you'll already be holding some of those units because you've been, potentially flexing that APM Pirates build. Azurite generally is going to be a little bit of a bait. However, if you have a Lubber and a Wraith, I think you can do a transition into a spell-based elementals from there. There's a lot of hybrid tribe units with elementals that make it so you have a little bit of a payoff there. Generally, the compasses are pretty good with elementals because you get the payoff with the Wraith and the Rock. Fancy Spellbook is also another good one just because you've probably already been floating Brand and Tethys. Jared Frostling is a really good just anti-scam, and if you've been playing elementals, it's already a good trinket by itself. Lava Lamp is really good with Chenvaala because it gives you more elementals. It essentially gives you one free gold every time. Plus, it just lets you go infinite earlier. Reflective Pendant is also really good. You kind of heard how, for your best board, it's a bunch of golden units, and, the pendant makes that easier, especially if you just hold a surprise elemental in your hand. You'll eventually make one of the units that you want golden that way. Surprise Portrait, you heard how much we like surprise elementals, and it's really strong just to have that constant surprise elementals coming in. Something that I like to do with it is pretty much take it if I find a pair of elementals on turn 9, and that way I get a free golden. And then finally, the last one is Token of the Old Gods. Just I really like finding 6 drops earlier, especially with this. Like you kind of want to make a decision as early as possible of whether you're transitioning or playing the APM elementals, and just getting earlier 6 drops is obviously really good with that. Plus, you're going to be on a higher tavern tier starting off earlier, so it's going to be even easier for you to get those 6 drops. And a little trick that I like to do sometimes is I'll take a tempo 6 drop and then use the like tempo for a turn and then level up the following turn or level it up again the following turn to find a better unit and potentially sell it out. But anyways, that's kind of just my mindset while playing Chenvaala. I know it's a very quick video. The gameplay in the background was a really quick game as well. We didn't even get that far in the build, but um, you know, Chenvaala I really think is probably still the strongest hero right now, especially with a gem being taken out. That there's not this Quillbore super high roll thing that you need to worry about. I think right now elementals and dragons and really all the tribes are in a much healthier spot again. So, anyways, hopefully this guide helps you. Hopefully to see you out there. Good luck on your climb. See ya. Bye.